Hello, everybody. I was gonna watch this later. Started my live, and it's just my moderators to moderate nothing. Uh, I have Bert and some other guy, but that's just those guys are just goofing around. You know what I'm saying? They like to goof around those two. I wanted to talk about very little things. Not a lot to talk about today since nobody's here, but you'll watch it later. I wanted to talk about Greta. I was very sad that Greta quit. I don't know if you've noticed in my last couple of videos. I asked for her about her a couple times, and most places won't. Shut up, you. Most businesses won't tell you whenever there's a person's been fired or a person's quit. For I guess it's for legal reasons or whatever. But they told me. They didn't tell me she had quit or was fired. She just told me they don't work there anymore. The last time I had seen her, she was I don't know. She was either really sad or really angry, and so she wasn't her usual self. So I could tell that something was wrong. I tried to talk to her because one time I went in there and I was feeling kind of grumpy, and she talked to me and asked me if I was okay, that kind of stuff. So I was trying to do the same for her, but she wouldn't say. Um, so the last couple days after that, I noticed that she wasn't there in the morning when she usually works, and so I would ask people, and they would tell me that she had called off, whatever it was. And finally, when I finally asked this last time, they told me that she was no longer working there. So that's really sad for me because um, as you're gonna see one of my videos after today. I really consider some of those employees my friends. I know they don't even know my name, but I know their names. But and they tell me stuff. You know, sometimes I ask them and they tell me. I don't know if they want to tell me, but they tell me stuff and I tell them stuff. So that's what a friend is, I guess. They could vent to a person and not vent or whatever it is. So I'm gonna miss Greta. She was nice. She gave me a shirt once. It was a Kenny Chesney shirt that that Hy-Vee was good. So I guess Hy-Vee gave me the shirt, but Greta made sure that I got the shirt. So it was a Kenny Chesney shirt, I guess that Hy-Vee was selling. Hey Marcy, good to see you. You have any questions for me, Marcy? It looks like you're the only one here besides me and my mods. So I was talking about Greta, who doesn't work at Hy-Vee anymore. She's a friend of mine. Um, so now that's my train of thought. Oh, so earlier, Marcy, since you're here, I'm gonna tell. When I was in high school, we had, and I was in driver's ed. On the very first day, the teacher gave us all like a card to write some information about ourselves. And if you had a nickname, you could put it on there. Your like hobbies and stuff like that, you could put them on this little card. And so, and the teacher said, well, you know who the teacher was, Marcy. He said, make sure you don't pick nothing, too silly or too stupid, because I'm gonna call you that. And so, me being me, I put down my nickname as Taco. And so, for the longest time, you probably didn't know this much. I don't think you were in that class, but everybody called me Taco. So that was my nickname in high school. It was mostly like the Spanish guys that didn't speak English so much. Yes, Mr. Owens. He was such a nice guy, and I treated him bad. I feel guilty sometimes for all the nonsense I put the teachers through in high school. So anyway, he called me and he said, Taco, what do you think this is? And nobody would answer, no, because nobody was. We didn't know who Taco was or what he was even talking about. And so he said Taco a couple more times, and then I finally realized that he was talking about me. Hey, John, it's good to see you. I'm glad somebody else is making. Oh, well, John, uh, is it really? John Burton says they make poop emoji. Very nice, very nice, John. I'm glad you shared with the group. Uh, it's a person important. We all do something in life that's valuable and contributes to our communities, and you should always contribute to your local sewage department because they need the work. But I was telling you, and so it was mostly like the Spanish. Like there was like 5 kids that didn't speak Spanish. I mean, speak English in school, and so they would call me Taco, and that was Taco. They would sing me all about nobody else. After a while, everybody forgot about Taco, of course, but they would still call me Taco. So that's that. That was me. I was Taco for a while. I wanted to show you. Oh, I got a new liquor bottle here from my delivery adventures. You see, it says Yes Way Rosé. It's very nice. I'm never gonna drink it. It's gonna, I'm gonna have to clean it off every once in a while, dust it along with my other drinks collection. What happened there was some lady wanted 3 bottles of wine, different kind of wine. Besides that, I couldn't find it, so I hit the substitution button, and the substitution was 1 bottle of this. Um, so I asked. I was having a really bad day before that, so I'll tell you why that was. But so when I go to deliver the alcohol, she said she wanted 3, and then she saw that it was only 1 bottle. So she's like, "Well, this isn't the one I wanted either." So I'm like, "Well, I pressed the substitution button." I don't think I said substitution. I think I just said I pressed the button, but that's what I meant. And this is what came up. So if you don't know, especially you, John, who uh, got the poop thing going, um, so you could pick your own substitutions because, like, say Dollar General is always out of the items that you're trying to order, so you can pick your substitutions, or you can let the app pick for you, or you could set it to no substitutions, which what most people should do if they don't want to, somebody else to pick it for them. So when I saw that substitution, that's what she had picked. Usually it'll tell you DoorDash recommends this. So I didn't say that on this bottle. It just said this is a substitution the customer picked. So I bought it and went to the customer's house. Do I have mods to keep an eye on this John Burton guy? He's got a little
Okay, okay.
very nice, John. Maybe this isn't that video. Oh, Chloe's gonna make an appearance. Oh, that's Chloe. Did you see her? And that's her back end. Hopefully she doesn't make anything of what John says. This is Chloe. Her real name is supposed to be Chloe, see? But we call her Chloe. She's making an appearance. She used to be a very independent kitty, and she would never not like to be pet or held or nothing. But then I don't know. Maybe the last year, I think she likes to be held. She likes to have pets. She likes to do this. When you squeeze her, she likes it. Otherwise, she doesn't complain. Oh, she used to be one of those cats that used to knock stuff over the countertops and stuff. So she was a bad kitty when she was a young kid. And she's the one that's pregnant with cabbits. She's gonna have cabbits. Everybody, everybody knows what a cabbit is, right? No? Everybody knows what a cabbit is? A cabbit's when oh, now she's stuck in my pants. Come on, Clokey. See you later. A cabbit's when a cat and a rabbit have babies. Those are cabbits. They may be fictional, they may be real, who knows? Did I finish the story with the liquor lady? So I know I had a call support. Oh, it's so difficult to get in touch with them nowadays. Now that the new tier system came up, it's really hard to get a hold of support. But they. Oh, thanks, John. That's nice of you to take it down a notch. And yeah, I'm not sure if cabbage are real. I think that was like a high school, or not even a high, it's an elementary school thing that the kids would talk about, and they would fight over cabbage being real or not. And then some kid would say, "Yeah, there's cabbage," and then some other kid would say another. So anyway, I called support, and they said to return the alcohol. As you know, Hy-Vee doesn't take their alcohol back or anything, so I couldn't return it. I don't drink wine. Maybe I should do like a raffle when I get 1,000 subscribers. What do you think? I can send you a. And there's got to be a law against that. You probably have to have a permit. What do you think? To ship alcohol. Anyway, so that's what happened with that. So we got an extra bottle. I also got my first shirt sample today. I told you in my last live or videos that I was getting ready to have my merch store ready because once I could get monetized, I could still sell my shirts on and merch or whatever on. Okay. Marcy said cabbage can't be a desert thing. Well, I don't know. It might just be something that I made up because I make up a lot of stuff, and sometimes I forget that I made it up, and then I'll think it's a real thing. I should have my head examined sometimes. Oh, I was telling you about my shirt. So I got my first sample shirt today that I made today. Um, I know other channels have used the same company to make their shirts or their stuff. So they said to um, order the shirt a little bit bigger, a size bigger. So I ordered mine a size bigger. My sample shirt, it's a size bigger, and it's well, I'd like to say it's really big, but it's just a little big. But it's probably gonna shrink and fit right. You know what I'm saying? So I was hoping it's gonna be a lot big and then shrink and say, well, look, I'm not this size, but I might be the extra size that I think I'm not. So we'll see. That's that. I'm not gonna show it to you. I really literally just opened. I don't know what I did with the package. I put the shirt up. I probably have to. I don't know. I might give it like a wash or something inside out so the picture doesn't go away. It's a very handsome fella on the picture. Um, so I was telling you about that. So that same day with the alcohol, my very first order of the day was for like $20. Like 10 miles, I think it was, for 20 items, and I took it because I had to. I think it was all right for Meyer. Meyer's like the furthest store from my house, so I went ahead and did it. I shopped all the items. I had trouble finding some things. I recorded it. Oh, and I was also doing that episode in Spanish, so I was having a bit of a day anyway. I was trying to do a Spanish episode. I know, John, I've never been to Tinkerton. Is that a real place? John, are you trolling me? Because if it is, that's awesome. I like trolls. I told you before that I've told this channel before that I go on the Long Crime channel and troll them all the time. Yes, and yes, and what Wachachi? Wachahachi? Where's your sister? I need to know that this is my daughter. This is my daughter trolling me. So I was at Meyer having a bad day. I found some stuff. I had downloaded the Meyer app to help me find the things that I couldn't find, and it took me a good long time to find these items because it was food and then it was baby stuff, and then I have trouble with like women's different kinds of shampoos and that kind of stuff, body washes that different ones, different kinds. So I have trouble finding those stuff because it all looks the same to me. I use a shampoo that's for shaving, for shampoo, body wash, for your dog. So you know what I'm saying? I'm a guy, so I just picked the one. So I share my with my dog. Well, he's gone now, but I used to use that one. So I have a hard time with that kind of stuff, lady stuff. So I used that, but it took me forever. And then I get in line, and there's a really long line at Meyer. So that's even worse. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't use the self checkout. Usually I use the self checkout with smaller items, even though you're not technically not supposed to. Jasmine body wash. Don't. Okay, I don't use body wash. I'm an old timer. I use regular soap. Okay, soap. I don't like body wash. It doesn't make bubbles enough. We gotta use the whole bottle to lather up. I use soap. That's my confession for today. Regular Coast soap. Well, John, you you got to do you. If you want to use your sister's body wash, who cares? It'll smell nice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have a good body wash. We always buy the. What was it? Which one do we always buy? It's like a cheapy one. Which one do we have in there? Suave. Is that a good kind? Anyway, I wait a really long time at the register. I go to pay, and she scans the barcode on my phone and everything, which I hardly ever do, but this time I had decided to do. And I realized that I don't have my wallet. So I spent the whole time, shopping, waiting in line, and I don't have my wallet. I tell the lady, I'm sorry, but I don't have my wallet. What can I do with this stuff? I had some ice cream in there, so I make sure to tell them that there was ice cream and I didn't want that to spoil. Unlike the guy from the last video. There's a guy in my last video. He got tired of standing in line at Hy-Vee, and he just left all his stuff on this table, and he had milk. And I yelled at him about it. I was like, "Hey, what about the milk?" Because somehow I'm like the store police or something. I don't know. And he just left. So I told somebody about that. So then the lady says, "Go to the service desk, and I did that. And I told them what the whole situation was. Then I had to call support. I didn't want to unassign it. I knew it was going to end up unassigning anyway, but I still tried to have support unassign me because I don't want it to hurt my stats. It was even though it was my silly mistake, you know. So I called and I explained them the whole situation. And the lady says to I said, I forgot my wallet, this and that, you know, and she says, well, is there any way you could pay with your own card? I'm like, I just told you I forgot my wallet. What are you talking about? What are you? So sometimes those support people don't listen to you. What do you think about that, John? Do you do deliveries like I do, John? Is- or do you just like watching my silly videos? Let me know, John. I'd like to hear from you. Don't give up on me. So then they ended up unassigning me. Um, occasionally, well, John, thank you. I I have my core group. Maybe you could be part of that group, John. There's people that watch my videos and usually comment and that kind of stuff. I know I have 600 and something subscribers, but they don't all comment. Some of them watch my shorts, which are even goofier, you know, than my actual videos. But I have my group of people that comment all the time. Some of them aren't here today, but they'll watch the videos later. I have some people from overseas too. Hey, Ghost, it's good to see you. So you're part of the group. You're part of my core group. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. I'm just talking nonsense. I was telling John about how I have so many subscribers, but I only have like a core group of friends that watch my videos and comment. So I like to see them, and I was telling him maybe John could come by more often and be part of that group. So I was saying, uh, I went home, got my wallet because I'd forgotten it, the the tech support people were no help. They told me to pay with my own money, and I just told them that I don't have my wallet. I'm just recapping for you, Escos. I shopped a whole Meyer order, realized I didn't have my wallet. Tech support wanted me to pay with my own money, and then I said, how can I pay with my own money if I don't have my wallet? So I went home, and my very next order was a shopping order for Ivy, which was the alcohol. See, can you see that, Escos? I got a new bottle. You see that? I got a new wine bottle. You missed that story too. You'll have to watch it later. Anyway, I don't drink rosé wine or any kind of wine. But Jacob said you might be able to cook something with it. What do you think? Is this a good cooking wine? I don't know. Anyway, I'll put that there. So that very first order was that alcohol order. Also, I was having a really bad day, and the manager, she's gonna joke with me. She was like, because I asked her I was like, can you tell me where to find the rose wine? And she's like, well, it's gonna be with all the other rosés. I'm like, okay, rosés. I don't know. I don't know if it's rosé or rose or what. So that's how that went. And after that, after the lady not wanting it, I just went home. Yeah, that's what I was saying, John. Like I sent it to a friend once I get to like a thousand subscribers or something. What do you think? How would you ship something like this? Pull out a pull out a popcorn. Dukes, is that you? Well, it's nice to meet you, John. That may or may not be my daughter. I always notice my one of my moderators is missing. My Duke's moderator hasn't said anything in a while. So that's where we're at. We talked about Greta. We talked about Tracy was in my video. What do you think about Tracy? You think there's a chance that goes? Um, I also wanted to apologize to my daughters because I told the lady that I didn't have any daughters, and I do because that was just me being full of s. And once I kept it in the video, but I don't think that was necessarily the correct thing to do. I could tell that this lady was. I was kind of just trying to go with her energy, and so I could tell that she didn't like. She was just complaining about some of the kids making a mess in the aisles at that Walgreens, and so I could tell that she probably didn't have any kids. So and that's why I told her that I didn't have any kids. Of course, I have kids. I mean, they're all grown up now, and Esco says I have a big chance with Tracy. I don't know. She doesn't want bumps. Well, that's very nice, Dukes. I appreciate you um, saying that. I am a bum sometimes. You know, that shirt used to be fit me really loose, but I don't wear it because it doesn't fit me very loose. It looks all right because that's only because the screen, is halfway up. So, but oh no, Tracy's nice, and her daughter works there. I can't remember her name. It's something uh very specific. It's not like a common name. It's a kind of like a some other. It's like a combination of two names. So I can never remember that poor gal's name. Oh, okay. Sorry, Dukes. Yeah, yeah. I mean, she looked like she was. You know what I mean? Some people don't have kids. I always say, if you don't want kids, don't have kids because sometimes, like one spouse will want kids, or one boyfriend or one girlfriend or whatever will want kids, and the other one won't, but they'll have them for the other person. But I don't think you should. I don't think that's something you should give up on. If you don't want kids, don't have kids because you're just gonna be miserable. Or I mean, sure, eventually you might grow to love your kids and all that stuff. And but when I was like, you know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, I always wanted kids. Um, I grew up without a dad, so I always wanted to be a terrible dad, which I was. But I did the best I could. Oh, I also want to tell you about last night. I haven't uploaded this video yet. It's still in the memory card. I think I started working on it from last night. There's this really crazy looking guy at Hy-Vee at the mute department. I was born in Tinkerton, but I grew up in Atmore, Alabama. Well, that's nice. I've never been to Alabama. I've been to a lot of places, John, Burton, to, and I've been to a lot of countries. And I've been all over the United States. I've lived from California all the way to West Virginia. No, not West Virginia, just regular Virginia. And so, but I've never actually been to Alabama. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to Florida, Texas. I've been all over, but I've never been to Alabama. You think I would fit in Alabama, John? You think that's someplace where I would be good? So anyway, let me know, John, when you get to it. Nah, nobody does. Okay, well, nobody likes Alabama. I'm sure somebody likes Alabama. So I was saying the meat market guy, he was a crazy guy. He was doing the sanitizing of like all the benches and tables and all the stuff, all the cleaning that he was doing for the night. It was they closed at 9 and it was 8 when I went there. And there was another guy working with him, but he was over at the fish department. My cousin Janet does, but she an interesting type. Very nice. And well, say hello to your cousin Janet for me. I'm sure she's a nice lady or person, I should say. Um, so as I was saying, the meat department guy, he he was just doing what he was doing, and I watched him, and he would look up at me with his. He would look up with me. I was gonna say with his weird eyes, but you'll be the judge of that when I show you the video. Um, and then he would go back to do what he was doing, and then he would spray the thing with his water hose thing, and then he would look up at me again, and then go right back to doing what he was doing. So he did that 3 times. Well, I think I could do it. He did that 3 times until I finally said, "Is there somebody who can help me?" Because maybe he's doing the cleaning, maybe he has chemicals on himself, on his hands, on what his clothes, whatever, and he can't help me. So I said, "Is there somebody who can help me?" He takes off his gloves, puts down his water hose, and then he comes over and just stares at me. And so I said, "Can I get such and such steaks?" He gets the steaks and he's watching me like the whole time he's making eye contact with me, like look like I was telling my daughters that when I get home that his eyes, you know how you could see Michael Myers' eyes through his mask and they're always like dead looking. That's how the poor guy, but that's how he was looking at me, like straight in my eyes. And of course, I mean, I'm a guy, I'm not a tough guy, but I try to stare down. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stare him back. I'm like, I'm not gonna let him intimidate me. This guy's he's trying to intimidate me because he's mad that I'm trying to get some steaks. Not even for me. So if that had been for me, I would have went, and if he hadn't helped me, I would have left and said, "Well, I guess we get steaks somewhere else, or we don't get steaks, or something else." But I wasn't about to give that person my business. But since it was a Hy-Vee order, I had to get these steaks. Uh, he stared at me and he won the staring contest because I had to look away. I mean, I guess he was tougher than I was because I looked away and he gave me my steaks. I left. Um, the customer, of course, wanted me to add extra steaks to their order. I can't do that because the card won't work if you add extra steaks. So the customer added extra steaks themselves. So I hit the unavailable. I hit the no substitutions available because I wasn't about to go back to that steak person, to the meat counter person first and wait. And second, he was creeping me out. I imagine anybody else would have been really creeped out. And so I was just creeped out. I don't like to complain because I told you I considered a lot of those people, heavy people, my friends. So, but I complained. I told one of the guys there. I don't know if he was a manager or not. He was probably like an assistant or whatever he was, team leader or whatever nonsense he is. I've seen him before work on the service desk, and so I complained. I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I don't have time to complain. So if I'm complaining, it's because it's a really big deal, or because it's a big deal to me. But that person's just a nut. They're just a crazy person. I said, I just asked for anybody to help me, and the customer wanted more steaks, but I'd rather not go back. I said this is going to get me in trouble. It's probably going to hurt my ratings because they asked for more steaks in time, and I just got them steaks, and now I'm saying that there's no substitution for these steaks or that the steaks aren't available. So that's going to hurt. It's hurting my time that I'm wasting talking to you, and it's going to hurt my ratings because you know what I'm saying, I'm lying about these steaks because this guy wants to be a scary guy. So I told him, and then that day I had it was two shopping orders. One was really big bags of dog food and cat food, and it was like a third story house that I had to walk up in the back of their house. It was dark. The old boxes get old because I can't see as well as night, so I was having a hard time finding the place. So that was just yesterday. I think I did the whole video. So yeah, that'll be on maybe tomorrow. Who knows when? So yeah, hopefully you get to see the nice person's eyes. I don't have a problem with people being quiet. There's places I'm quiet, I'm shy, but it's just crazy. Sometimes you don't get to see people's faces in my videos because I'm short, and the camera's right here on my chest, and so you get to see just where my chest is, and not necessarily the people are taller than me; they're just normal sized, and so sometimes you don't get to see their faces. That's what happens on those. Oh yeah, I almost I was carrying those bags. I carried them both at the same time. I think the customer may have noticed that I was probably dying on the way up because and there's those steps that are just wood. You can kind of see like steps being wood for like the first, for the first three steps of your house, but it was like way up there. It was like it was a third, and it wasn't one that goes from side to side. It was just straight up, straight up. That's what I always say. And so I was probably dying. So they added $8 to my order. It was already like a $15 order for like 5 items, but they added $8. I guess maybe so I could get myself something for my lungs because I couldn't breathe on them. Once after I got up there. So I don't know what's gonna happen if when I go back to the heavy. That young person, I don't see them too often. I've seen them before and they helped me before. That they didn't quite, I told the person I told him, I was like, I don't know if you know this word because where I come from it's called mad dogging, but he was like mad dogging me like straight into my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He was mad dogging me. I said I tried to mad dog him back, but it didn't work. So I think that's gonna be it. I talked about I got my oil change in my car yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? What's today? Oh, on Sunday I got my oil change finally. And the guy at the place said that I was down to like 5 oils. We had like there was like the smaller car next to us, and there was me. And for some reason at this Valvoline place, sometimes they take the oil out from out of the bottom, sometimes they take it out of the top, where the dipstick is. So they'll take the oil out, and the car next to us is a really small car. And there's like this tube thing, this container where where the oil goes in, and theirs was like halfway full. and mine was like an eighth full. That the container was eighth full, and they said that it was done. And he was like, "Yeah, you didn't have much oil in there." I was like, "Well, what can you do? At least there was some." I think last time there was might have been less. And then he was like, your back windshield wiper is broken, or I mean, is worn out. I was like, "Yeah, what are we gonna do? There's nothing I can do. It's not like I drive going backwards. I don't need that." And then he was like, "Your air filter's really dirty." I was like, "Ah, the air doesn't work. What do I need an air filter for?" And I was saying, "What air is it filtering?" I know what an air filter does. I'm just kidding about the air filter thing. I don't think I've ever changed my air cabin filter. What does he need to change that for? The cabin filter that's in the glove box. What does that even do? Anyway, that's just nonsense. What do they even put one in there for? Oh man. Okay, I think everybody is gone except for you, John. I appreciate you, Marcy and S Ghost, and it says I have 6 people watching, so that's probably just me and all my names. So and my mods. So um, if you watch this later on, let me know what you think. Um, what can I do to have more viewers to on my lives? I wish more of my core friends would show up. Esco showed up, and now John, that's you. You're one of the core group. You're one of the circle trust, I guess. What's that from? Meet the Fuckers. So, so yeah, if you watch this later on, guys and gals, and everyone else, let me know what can I do to get more people. You know what I'm saying? At least 10. That'd be double digits. That'd be nice. Now what is this now? At least what one of them is all right. So what do you think? We're gonna call it a day. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna enjoy my time. Dukes wants me to take the trash out. I probably gotta do some laundry. People dancing. Who should I put dancing on here? You saw Clogie, so maybe she wouldn't. If I promised to show my cat more often, would that help? So next time I'll show you my shirt. I might wear the shirt on one of my dashing videos, so you might see it before then. So cats in clothes, very nice. We used to put our dog in clothes. We used to put him in girl dog clothes, but he was a boy dog. Poor guy. We had. I wanted to get him. Did we ever get him that one that said "I'm a girl"? Dukes. No, we never got him that. We wanted to get him that. John Burton says my rabbit has a hat. What kind of rabbit do you have, John? Is it a calico? Is that a brand? Is that a type of cat? Or I mean rabbit? I know it's a cat. Poop color. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody, and those who showed up and those who didn't. We're gonna watch this later. I know you have other better things to do, and eventually we'll get to them. So maybe next video will be a little more interesting, huh? What do you think? Maybe. So don't forget to drive like you stole, everybody. I'll see you next video. Bye, Marcy, if you're still here.